Okay, so we've covered the basic guard position. The elbows tucked in, the chin down, the hands high. But you might be saying, well, what about other professional fighters you've seen using all these different types of guard positions? And how can I implement those things? Well, that is something that you do as you build on your fundamentals. As you get better at boxing, you'll be able to implement these types of guards. And that's what we're going to cover in this video. However, I don't want you to start with these like styles of guard, because starting with the Philly shell is just going to get you knocked out for your first few fights. So I would much prefer, or do in fact, just stick to the original basic guard like this, the one we taught in the last lesson. And then as you've had, 5, 10, 15, 20 plus fights, then you can start implementing stuff like the Philly shell, which is the first one we'll cover. The Philly shell, popularized by Floyd Mayweather, is a style of shape or guard where you keep your lead hand low, defending your body, you keep your right hand high, and you use your shoulder to deflect shots, to deflect their rear hand if they're orthodox as well. So the same principle always applies. You want to keep your shape, you want to keep you as small target as possible. And he does this by tucking up this way as opposed to this way. So he's defending all the shots to the body with his left arm and all the shots to the head with his lead shoulder and right hand. A rear hand, he'll roll with his shoulder, the rear hand. Say his opponent throws a jab, he'll just catch the jab. Say his opponent throws, he'll catch the body shots with his lead arm, and overall just keeping his chin tucked and under his shoulder is what's allowing him to have such amazing defense. The next guard style you might see is the high guard. You'll see people completely neglect defending the body and bring their hands up like this. And this is a great way to bait your opponent, bait them to throw a certain shot for you to counter, but we'll talk about that in later videos. When it comes to using this shape, your hands are up here because you're leaning forward a little bit. Like if you're leaning back, then your hands need to be covering your body, because you don't want to be in the position where your hands are high and your body is in range. If your hands are going to be high like this, then your body needs to be sort of out of range and you're waiting to bait them for a counter, for example. Another style of guard you'll see is the cross guard. And I know it's very unpopular and it looks really like sort of dirty boxing, but it's essentially where you cross your hands over like this and you come forward. You'll see George Foreman use this a lot. I think Dillian White uses it a lot. It's a great way to just be coming forward and certainly when it comes to defending headshots. When it comes to body shots, you're probably going to get smashed in the liver, but you don't need to worry about this as an amateur boxer anyway. No one really uses it. The stereotypical Soviet style guard is the next one we're going to talk about, and this is a long range. This is where you keep your hands more out in front of you like this. And you can use this type of guard to maintain distance. If you're a taller opponent fighting a shorter opponent, then you can use your lead hand to keep your opponent at bay. Boxers such as Alexander Usyk or Vladimir Klitschko use this guard, and it's very effective if you're a long range fighter, you're a taller fighter, or you just prefer throwing straight shots and long left hooks. Another style of shape, even though wouldn't even call it shape, is just having your hands down like so. This is used by people such as Prince Nassim Hamed or Muhammad Ali. They keep their hands down and just rely on reflexes and head movement to defend, and obviously footwork. Obviously, forget all of this if you're just starting out. Make sure you just stick to maintaining the basic guard position, and then those other sort of positions you'll figure out as you go along through sparring and having fights. That is all for all the other types of guard positioning. Don't worry about these unless you're past 20 fights. You should just be focusing on the basic guard position.